questions plainly and demonstrates a knowledge in his field. Building a PMA is part of the other aspects of an attractive personality. You'll see how understanding and applying each of these points reinforces your positive mental attitude. And I think that we're all faced with situations on a daily. And when we face those situations, our mindset is going to determine our reactions. If you're negative that day, it's going to certainly determine your reaction in a negative way. If you're positive that day, you're upbeat, it's going to be a light, crisp interaction. So, it's always be mindful of where you're at in terms of positive or negative mental attitude. I struggle sometimes with a negative well, I don't know if I struggle with a negative mental attitude as much as I struggle with not feeling so chipper. I have to fake it till I make it. I have to act enthusiastic so I'll be enthusiastic. And that's how I do it. That's how I change it. Now, flexibility. See, if you act enthusiastic, you'll be enthusiastic. Be flexible enough to act enthusiastic. Being able to adapt yourself quickly to changing circumstances and emergencies without panic or loss of temper is a significant skill as we struggle toward success, especially in leadership. Having a flexible disposition means you must be like a chameleon, quickly harmonizing with your environment. This does not mean shedding your principles or altering your goals. A chameleon is still a chameleon regardless of whether it is brown or green. Flexibility means recognizing whether it is brown or green. A chameleon is still a chameleon regardless of whether it is brown or green. Flexibility means recognizing that your own mental attitude toward a situation determines if it is a disaster or a boon. If your product fails the first time out, is that good or bad? If you have flexibility, it's great. You have the opportunity to recognize flaws, to improve your product or its marketing early in the game. And because you have a positive mental attitude as well, you are in an even better position to seize that opportunity. Flexibility also means that in every negotiation, you understand that the other party's needs and demands are ways in which you can better render the service you are offering in exchange. If someone needs your product a week before you have planned to deliver, you can recognize that he or she will not be the only client to make such a demand. Here then is your opportunity to discover how you can produce faster and better. Now, sincerity of purpose. There is no substitute for real commitment to your definite major purpose. Sincerity of purpose, or its lack, writes itself so indelibly into your words and your deeds that anyone can recognize it. Insincerity is evident in your expressions, in your trend of conversation, in everything you do. No amount of acting skill can disguise it. The yes man is a universal object of derision precisely because everyone recognizes his insincerity. But if you are possessed of real sincerity of purpose, it will be just as visible. Andrew Carnegie once told our author he called a new employee into his office to issue a directive. The man listened, then looked him squarely in the eyes, and with a good-natured smile said, "All right, Chief, you are the boss. But I'm going to tell you that the request is going to cost you money because you haven't investigated this matter as closely as I have." Something about his assured manner, with no hint of insubordination, convinced Carnegie to delay his decision and investigate further. He discovered that he had been wrong and his new employee was right. That man was Charles M. Schwab, who eventually brokered the deal between Carnegie and J.P. Morgan that founded U.S. Steel. Schwab then went on to start up the mammoth Bethlehem Steel. He began his rise to prominence on the simple basis of his sincerity of purpose in everything he did. Be sincere, first of all, with yourself, and you will steadily grow in self-reliance. If you have sincerity of purpose, it will strengthen every one of the other aspects of your pleasing personality. What better compass could you have at a moment you must demonstrate flexibility than a true and lasting dedication to your definite major purpose? Sincerity of purpose, that's a good one for when people look at us, they want us to have They're going to read our, where's this guy coming from? That's what they're going to be asking themselves. And everybody is going to be making an evaluation of where you're coming from. And particularly if you are coming after them, they're going to make an evaluation of where you're coming from. And they're going to have a gut feeling whether or not you have a sincerity of purpose. Regardless of what you say or do, just that gut feeling can be enough to trigger them to your lack of sincerity. And it comes out even more in your communication. So when you are dealing with somebody and you want them to know that you're every bit of an attractive personality as you can be, then you want to make extra caution to be sincere in your purpose, whatever you're dealing with, with them. It'll send the proper signals. So the next is promptness of decision. Now, dilly-dallying does not inspire popularity. In this fast-moving world, those who do not move quickly cannot keep up with the parade. And that's true. Successful people reach decisions definitely and quickly, and they become annoyed and inconvenienced by others who do not. Promptness of decision making is a habit, and it is supported by our positive mental attitude, which gives us confidence. It is also closely related to our sincerity of purpose. The more we are convinced of the value of our definite major purpose, the quicker you will be to discard distracting options and to select those which move you towards your goal. If your choice is between quick profit and long-term relationships,